sugar and honey.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another Side Hustle episode. Today we are going to be doing two different things. Number one, I'm going to start off by talking about how you can be able to find a side hustle, because I've had maybe about 3 different people have asked this question in just the last span of the week since we started the whole side hustle series. And then also on top of that, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a miniature update. I don't want to spend too much time on this, on the kind of side hustle I'm currently doing, because of course I'm documenting my whole process of trying to build a 6-figure side hustle and etc. So the whole thing is, when it comes to researching or finding a side hustle, there's usually a couple things that prevent people from doing a side hustle, right? It's fear. That's the only thing that hinders people from trying a side hustle. It's basically fear. And I'll jump into that whole part a little bit later. Before we jump into how to find a side hustle, I'm gonna give you a little bit of a miniature update on the side hustle that I'm currently creating. As you guys remember, last week we were able to get the 2 stores to generate a 10K in sales. But of course, it was a net revenue. I ended up losing about maybe $400 at the end of that week, which is perfectly fine. As I explained in the previous video, if you want to watch that, I jump a little bit more in detail what was going on there. But I ended up descaling things, which was kind of talked about in the last video I was going to do. And I was generating about $140 per day in net revenue. And of course, the sales are not as high as before because we're only focused on the winning part of the whole store and everything else. And now what I'm going to be doing today, which is a bulk of all my daily goals, so they have about 80 daily goals I have to tackle today, and a bulk of them is basically on the side hustle. Now of course, the side hustle is not meant for you to do 100% all day long, but there's going to be 3 different phases of where you're going to be focused on your side hustle. And the one we're going to be talking about today is of course the researching part and how to find a side hustle. The researching part is a very key part. And then number 2, when you're actually creating the store or creating the actual business or the side hustle itself. And number 3, when you're scaling it up, which is exactly what I'm doing today. This is basically where all my bulk of my, my stuff is going, my daily goals are going into, because I already found a winning product or a winning store, and now I'm going to try and see if I can be able to 7x scale it and see if I can be able to move it from $4,500 a month revenue. Can I be able to do 9K? Can I be able to do 18K? How far can we take this thing? And that's basically what I'm trying to figure out right now early on, before the market gets saturated, before competition starts hopping on the same product and different things like that, which I'll talk about later. But for now, let us talk about how to be able to find a side hustle. Now, the first big thing is the whole fear, right? Because most people usually fear on, like, how should they create a side hustle? Why should they create a side hustle? Or it's too competitive, or it takes too much time, or I'm not skilled enough, or I don't have enough knowledge or information on that particular area. So let me get a sip of tea right here before we jump into that. So the whole fear part is very simple. Or it's not really simple. It's basically a mindset. It's basically you trying to find a way to make yourself feel comfortable for not doing something. That's the whole point. Your brain, okay, your brain, there's a part of your brain called the reptilian part. We were talking about it before in the video in depth, but let me break it down a little bit real quick because it's very key. The reptilian part of your brain, or the certain part of your human psychology that prevents you from going towards something if it means you are going to face disappointment or you're going to face failure. Your brain wants you, or your emotions want you to stay in a state of where you're going to be okay with it, right? But that's not a good thing, because you end up having regret, which is way more painful than actually facing that fear. And the whole point is this, when it comes to that, right? And what you want to get over is you're going to suck. Everybody sucks when they start these things. Everybody sucks completely. Everybody. I did. Completely horrible. If I give you my track record from 2 years ago of the same stuff I'm trying to do right now, I completely sucked. I was horrible at it. I was losing a lot of money. I wasn't making any progress. I could barely even get 1 sale. It took me 2 months to get my first sale, and now I can be able to get a sale within 24 or 48 hours after launching something new that I'm testing. So it takes a lot of time, takes a little progress, but at the end of the day, you'll be able to get better as long as you consistently keep pushing on it. The one thing you want to fear is never doing it, because if you never do it, you will never find out. And that's the whole point. Right now you're an explorer and there's an opportunity out there and you're fearing you leaving your comfort zone. So leave that comfort zone. So that's the first thing. You want to get that fear part out of the way. Now the next part is this. How do you actually find a side hustle to enter? There's a lot of different avenues when it comes to side hustle. And I personally believe internet-based side hustles are the best. Physical, consuming-based hustles, side hustles, are going to take more of your time. Once you find something that's going to work. Like for example, if you're doing something that really takes a lot of your time, it's going to be hard for you to enter into it. But here's the other thing I'm going to say. If your passion is, for example, let's say soccer, your passion is something that you need to physically do. Let's say, for example, your passion is cooking, your passion is, I don't know, something that you have to physically do for people. Like, for example, if you're preparing food, it's more physical and stuff like that. So it takes your time focus into it, but it does not mean you can't do that as a side hustle. It just has to mean you have to find a way to optimize it. You have to find a way to optimize, because it doesn't matter if it's on the internet or it's physically here, right? Like physical shop, whatever you want to call it. It still means it's going to take time for you to consume into it. But if you can find a way, okay, find a way to take that physical thing and maybe create a course, or maybe find a way to make a streamlined system where that you're still creating the food catering, but you can find other people to help you, okay, and take off the load, and also becomes a semi-side hustle. What I mean by semi-side hustle, it means that it's almost like it's your full company, but you're not fully involved with it because you still have another career or another revenue stream that's more main. Now, the reason why I say you want to enter the internet is because that's where I'm an expert at. I am not good at physical stuff. Like, my skill set is mostly the internet. And this is why I believe the internet is the best place to do this, is because all passions can be expressed on the internet. For example, if you love painting, drawing, or whatever it might be, you can be able to still find a way to build an Instagram or Facebook page and draw and show people how to draw, and then later on start a course, which ends up becoming a course. You make a video course, it generates automated, it becomes automated itself, and all you're doing is marketing, and all you're doing is still painting and drawing. If you love food catering, you love making food, and you make really good food, and people keep asking for your recipe, then you start a cooking class. If you're really good at nursing, and you're really good at the examination that you had to take for your nursing certification, you can be able to help people how to study and prepare for that exam, right? For example, there was a person who started, was really good at like an ACT. It's like an American version of standardized testing, and they started their own tutoring, and he was super good and started an online program, and it's super huge now. It's a multi-million-dollar company, right? He was able to take it from a side hustle into a main hustle, which is usually what you want to do. Side hustle to main hustle if it's really something you're passionate about. And this is what I'm talking about, all these different things, to give you a variety of different ways to look at this, is because there's no one size fits all, right? For example, if you're doing the internet, there's so many different avenues on the internet. There's something we call affiliate marketing. There's people who, if you don't want to make your own product or research your own product, but you know how to find something that people love, but you're not the one who's making it, then you do affiliate marketing. Okay, that's one avenue. The other avenue is SaaS products, right? Subscription-based products. And I revealed a SaaS product in my video, in one of my recent videos. You can go check it out, right? I was able to find that I'm passionate about Instagram marketing, and I saw there's an industry or the market, a niche market that wanted a service in the Instagram niche. So I was able to create something out of it and made a subscription-based service. People pay a monthly fee to get services from me or my company. Another one is digital products. If you are good at writing stuff or drawing stuff or making videos, then that falls into digital products. People download it, people play it, people do whatever with it. That's a digital product. Okay, another one, for example, if you're really good at programming, there are people who now sell scripts. They sell, PHP scripts. They sell gaming scripts. That's one other way to look at it. So you can see here, there's so many different ways to fall into this whole area. Now, the part that I am into is two areas. Okay, I do SaaS and I do e-commerce. Okay, I do SaaS and e-commerce, right? Those are the two different niches that I focus into. Okay, that's where I'm good at. I've tried affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is actually something I did from the age of like 14 to like 17, right? I used to basically send traffic to other people's products and I get a certain commission out of it. That's something I did for a very long time. And I remember that time I wasn't even doing marketing. I'll just go on YouTube, find a YouTube video where people are commenting about a certain product, and I'll basically share about it. I'll even make my own YouTube videos and try to market those videos a little bit organically. I didn't have a lot of money when I was 14, barely had anything. And I was still able to find a way to make even $150 a month by just doing affiliate marketing, right? So there's different ways you can be able to do this. And the reason why this video is about a variety of different ways to do side hustles is because too many people end up trying just one thing. They try only one avenue, and that's the horrible mistake you can make, right? I have tried a lot of avenues before I found my two avenues that work well for me, SaaS and e-commerce. And even within e-commerce, it took me a year to find a subsection within that whole big industry of what I can work on. And I'm still learning and I'm still finding that thing. So you're forever going to be learning and forever refining how to find a side hustle. Now, there's people who do real estate. For example, they flip real estate on the side, right? There's people who jump into other different avenues like that. So you can see there's so many different ways and different pockets you can enter. So the whole point of this video is basically to just kind of give you an idea of what a side hustle is. okay? A side hustle is where you use your passion, okay? Number one, passion. And your passion is not necessarily mean if your passion is soccer, it means you cannot be able to do something outside of soccer. It means you have to find a way to relate to that thing, okay? For example, for me, I'm very fortunate. I love marketing and branding. And marketing and branding is a passion that can fall into so many different subsections. I can do marketing and branding for a soccer product. I can do marketing and branding for a beauty product, right? But even when I'm doing these things, I have to find a reason why I love that product. I don't just market any product. I market a product that's gonna help people out. So my passion can also be helping people. So when it comes to finding a side hustle, right, my main passion, right, is technology, right? And of course I'm not doing technology in my side hustles. That's in my main hustle. So in my side hustle, I know that I love impacting people, and I know that I'm gonna try to use this side hustle to make enough income to provide for my main hustle. So you need to find a very strong reason of why you're doing this side hustle, because if you don't find a strong magnetic reason other than you just wanna make the money part, then you're not going to survive, because guess what? It's going to take you a while until you get to the money part. Some people do get there faster, some people longer, and even once you get there, if it's not satisfying, it's going to be very hard for you to scale and grow and maintain it or even be happy doing it. The whole point is for you to be excited every morning to do it. For me to do 80 daily goals today on this certain side hustle, like dude, I have to have some excitement around it for me to even push that far. So that's the whole point of this video, guys. It's basically how do you find your side hustle? And you can see I really did not tell you how you find it. I just basically gave you examples of what side hustles are and the different avenues, because there's no one in this world who will ever tell you exactly what side hustle to do, because it's you. You are yourself, and you are going to be unique and different, okay? Because I didn't want to come in here and tell you exactly what I do. Okay, that's the whole point of this series. The whole point of this series is not telling you exactly what I'm doing. It's the mentality, the psychology part, the foundations, the strategies and thought process that I use applying to my passion, because that's what is going to be in common with any other side hustle or main hustle, right? For example, you can be a doctor or you can be a janitor. You still have to work hard. You have to show up on time, okay? You have to be dedicated to doing it. You have to provide good services, and you're in completely different industries. You have to be a nice person in the food industry. You have to be a nice person on the soccer field, right? So you have to be able to understand that the key fundamentals is what's going to propel you to get there. Not someone coming out and telling you exactly, go out there, okay, do real estate. Like if you're not doing real estate, you're wasting your time. I hate people who say that, right? I hate people who say like, oh, if you're doing a 9 to 5, you're wasting your time. You should just be doing a side hustle, or you should be launching an e-commerce website. I hate people who say that because it doesn't make sense. You don't know that person, okay? You don't know what their individual point or definition of success is. And that's why this video is not going to be straightforward to the point. It's going to be vague. It's going to be a freaking open canvas that you have to paint in. And I'm just basically just giving you some of the tools that you want to use to paint your own custom canvas. And I hope that was able to make sense, because I don't want you to do exactly what I'm doing. Because I tried that method of exactly copying what someone else is doing, and it never worked. But I started paying attention on what key terms, fundamentals, work ethic, okay, their mindset, their psychology, their thought process, okay, their tactics of how to market. Those things end up applying, cut through to everything else that you end up doing on the side hustle. So that's what you want to think about. That's the whole point of the series I'm going to be recording, this whole document thing. I'm going to give tips based on what I'm doing, what I'm thinking about it, what's going through my mind, then you're able to apply to what you're doing and be able to see how did he approach a certain problem. Then maybe I can apply to a certain problem that I'm facing in a food catering side hustle, even though he's doing e-commerce, right? So that's the whole point of this video, and I hope it was able to make sense. And yeah, we'll jump more in detail, and we'll do a little more detailed videos here and there. And I'm gonna try my best to find people who are doing side hustles that are in different industries and maybe interview them so I can be able to bring a different perspective. But I'm mostly gonna be recording about e-commerce and SaaS products, okay? Because that's what I'm good at. But I'm also gonna do my best to be able to record videos around different mindsets and psychology that actually do matter for you to be able to get there, all right? Thank you very much for watching this video. See you on another episode. Peace out.